The crew started just before 8 this morning and without much fanfare. I'm going to step out of the shot so you can see, but dust is still rising up from the debris that is falling. A person who lives in this building right over here says he looked out the window because he heard sirens. That's when he saw flames and smoke erupt from the building to over there. With the river already cresting right now, that extra tourism could soon recede. Contestants typically have 10 minutes to take an ear of corn from a stalk and husk it. And if they drop it, points are deducted. The water on the other side of this wall sits about here. That's over 4 feet deep. It feels great outside right now, and I've already got myself some free candy. So remember to use your blinkers and look both ways at a stop sign. And if you happen to be walking, make sure you have some sort of light, like the one on your smartphone. All the bikes around me are unique in that they can customize with this. It's called a roller, and it's like a dumbbell weighing a couple pounds. But when you put it onto the back of one of these bikes, you can make it easier or harder for a child to control their balance. And that's by exchanging one of the halves with a different size weight. The talk about this building behind me has been in all the headlines this week, but it was just yesterday that one businesswoman who was out of town when it all happened finally saw what it did to her theater located underneath the apartments. If you drive down Harrison Street, you can't miss it. But Savannah Strandon wasn't in town.
I was walking out of the movie theater,
so she couldn't see it.
When I got the first message being like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, am I okay? Is what okay? And then people started sending articles and videos.
Photos of a fire truck at the front of her business, the Mockingbird on Main, appeared on social media.
It was really easy to think, we're done. We're done with this dream.
A dream that came tumbling because of the apartment building directly above.
This was our sign that, this is where we're gonna hit the stop button.
Strandon and her husband moved into the space 2 years ago, setting up a small theater to use as an incubator for inspiring artists. They say they didn't realize the positive impact they had made until it was too late.
So many people reached out being like, this was our home away from home. This is the space where I felt the safest to be an artist and to be who I am.
Now all gone because of a tragedy that struck home for her and many others.
I've cried almost every day thinking about what people have lost, and not just us. We can start over with our business, and we will, as people have been saying, we will rise from the ashes. But everyone else who lived there, they are starting over. Family members are missing their loved ones, and it's not okay. Sorry.
At just 20 years old, Lauren Keel is a master card player.
1-9.
She can't bluff well.
Someone could look at me funny and I'd giggle.
But give Lauren a losing hand.
After 8 rounds of chemo, strong enough for a grown man, 13 rounds of radiation, and a 15-hour surgery to remove half my liver, and 3 years spent in the hospital, I was declared cancer-free.
And she'll turn that hand into a winner.
It's a lot of ups and downs, mainly downs, but you hit milestones and it makes it all worth it.
Diagnosed with liver cancer at 8.5 months, the Morrison native beat the house and shares her story with everyone she can.
I was diagnosed with stage 4 rhabdoid tumor of the liver.
Now, everyone's like, how's Lauren doing? And I'm like, she is thriving at school, thriving. Like, you have no idea how she's thriving.
But sometimes winning comes at a cost.
Hold on. Like, this isn't even half of it, which is very sad to say because as a 20-year-old, no 20-year-old should have to take this many pills.
Nor face medical bills thicker than a deck of cards.
It was over $2 million. Million.
And supporting Lauren from the sidelines is her mom and her dad.
That's what I do. I'm mom. I can do it,
And just 2 weeks before her 21st birthday,
Lauren Keel,
She's being inducted into the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society, showing the world she's still living and rearranging her hand until she gets blackjack. One moment he was there.
I was literally just gonna call him here and say, hey, we need to hang again, you know?
The next moment he was gone.
First I laughed and he kept going, and the smile off my face just slowly like degraded, and I was like, this is real. This is my friend is gone.
Brian Martinez knew 21-year-old Ethan Gonzalez and 18-year-old Anthony Castaneda.
I didn't know everything, but I was still mad.
They were his former high school classmates.
Maybe like a rageful grief.
Ethan was a close friend.
After a couple months though, I lost any feeling towards the person that struck Ethan and the other two that were on here.
Exactly a year ago, Ethan, Anthony, and then 21-year-old Charles Bowen started the long walk across the I-74 bike path, but only Charles made it to the other side alive. Now staring at dozens of pictures of his friend, a year later, Brian says he's forgiven the driver that killed Ethan, but hasn't forgotten about what he would tell his best friend if he could see him one more time.
I would tell him I love you. I care for you, and we should hang a little more often, really. Let's say you're one of the closest friends I've ever had.
Yesterday, Anthony Castaneda's mother held a remembrance ceremony behind me where her son was killed.